intention for Chateau de Razac is to... It's gone. My vision for Château de Razac is to be able to host events in wellness, yoga, nutrition and herbal medicine. Once the gardens are restored and we are growing herbs and plants on the site, I would like to share my knowledge as a herbalist with other people. I also have a vast collection of animals, and once we are resident on site, you'll start to see more and more of those turning up and becoming a part of not only our videos, but you'll be able to understand a little bit more about our life as a family. There's various tales that have been told in relation to Château de Razac, and one of the tales, as many chateau properties have heard, is that Richard the Lionheart took over the property or came through the property. That is certainly the case here at Château de Razac. That is certain whispers we've had. The previous owner to myself was also an Englishman, and the gentleman prior to him was also English. My understanding is that prior to them, the property was in French hands for many years. The Cromier family lived here, and I'm in contact with the great-nephew, who will be hopefully visiting us at some point and will be talking us through the history and his childhood here, or coming for Christmases. He talked about the Christmases in the Grand Salon, which we haven't taken you round the property yet, but I'm hoping over the coming weeks we'll be able to talk you through the insides of the building, and you'll be able to understand the building in a bit more detail. There was a story that the Count of Razac used to ride his horse up to bed, up behind the staircase, through the staircase. I'm not sure how true this is, but there are the limestone staircase where it's concaved, where there's been many footprints going up and down those stairs, was once told to be the Count's horse taking him up to bed. He used to like a drink or two, apparently. We did last summer when we were down here. We met a lady who decided just to turn up and have a look at what was going on here, and she told the same story, and she worked on the site at that time. So I don't really know what to believe, but I guess we need to trust these people, and I'd like to see a horse coming up and down those stairs one day. I'm not sure whether that will happen in my time. Who knows? The chateau is built on the grounds of an original fortification, and we believe that the fortification was here to protect the town of Thiviers. If you look at its positioning, it's high up on a hill and it overlooks the town. That sounds very pliable as to why Château de Razac was once a fort and was positioned in such a place. Onto the front garden there are various tunnels which we're yet to explore, and we're not quite sure how deep those are, but we have to gain a little bit more access to them. But we do feel that the original the garden area to the front would have been the foundations to what would have been an original fort. Just to the south of the site is we understand it's a 1920s swim lake that was installed by the Count. That is in a real mess. We would like to get that resurrected at some point, and for it to be for the enjoyment of our guests and ourselves. That will be a project that you'll see at some point in the future. To the direct south of the building here is the old potager, the vegetable garden. Again, that's fully overgrown, and that's one of the things that I would love to get sorted and reinstated in the next year to 18 months. As much as the building is the priority here, it will be really beneficial to get the grounds of the site reinstated with the traditional driveways, the formal gardens, the rose garden, for a simple reason. Once those have been implemented, we will start to see some formality coming back to the site. We've got some very old aerial photographs going back to, I think, the 1950s, and it shows Château de Razac in a very good state, along with its traditional gardens. The site is listed as a site of special interest for its flora and fauna. We have some of the most magnificent trees here, and as a herbalist and nature enthusiast, the intention for these grounds is to reinstate them to how they were. And I'm hoping that as we start to pull back some of the bracken and some of the more invasive foliage that's taken over the last 20 years or so, that some of the more traditional plants may start to rear their heads again, and hopefully we should start to see some of what was part of the chateau estate come back to life.